In this video, we're going to take an existing Marmalade project and deploy it to Tizen. We're going to use the carts game that ships with the SDK, so I'll just open that up here. This is a C++ game. I'm using Windows here, and I'm going to use Visual Studio 2010 Express, but you could use a Mac and Xcode. So if I double click the project's MKB file, it'll open up the project. The MKB file is basically a Marmalade project file. It just tells your app what source files there are, build settings, that kind of thing. On the left here you can see the project. You've got the game code here, so some very kind of straightforward stuff to do with cameras and that kind of stuff. And up here you can see the various parts of the Marmalade project. So we've got Marmalade system, which is the abstraction layer. You can see things like accelerometer, audio, camera, clipboard, compass. And then above this, Carts is using Marmalade Studio, which is some extra C++ middleware. So we've got some graphics rendering for 3D stuff, some resource management and so on. So if I pick x86, which is the desktop architecture, and do a debug build, that'll build it to run on the desktop. I can put breakpoints in and step through the code here, and it will build and launch it in our simulator. So you can see it's simulating a certain device resolution here. If I go to configuration, I can change this. So I can go to surface and I can pick something else in here. And then you can do things like audio, contacts, accelerometer. If I just start the game up, you can see it running. I'm going to open up the accelerometer, so we get a little fake accelerometer here, but I can basically use this to control the cart. Give it a second to start. So it's running a little bit slowly because it's doing a lot of crunching in the debug build to build assets. And then if I close all that down, if I want to put it onto the device, Tizen is a regular ARM device, and we use GCC to build our ARM architecture by default. So if I just pick GCC, I'll do a release build with no debug information, hit run, and build it. So I've already plugged in my Tizen MO device, unlock the screen, pick the GCC release here. So this is Marmalade's deploy tool, fairly straightforward. You pick the architecture here, then you can set up configurations and things if you want for things like demo versions or different asset sets. I'm just going to leave everything on the defaults, go to platform selection, pick Tizen. You can set up both generic and Tizen specific options, so things like icons and app IDs for the store. I'm going to leave this all blank for now, and then basically I can just do package install and run, hit run, and it'll package that up and push it straight to the device. And if you want to see what's going on, you can click log and see all the device information there. And on the device you can see it gives you some access service options whenever apps open for the first time on Tizen. Hit OK, and there's our game running. And that's our Marmalade game up and running on the Tizen device.